Hello everybody, this is Video Boy and welcome to LibGDX tutorial episode 17. So today we're going to finish adding support for your Android and also, well, any mobile version really. And it's also going to fix some issues with the screen stretching and everything that we're having. So yeah, that's going to be pretty good. And at the end of the episode I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the last episode, which is going to be kind of special, so stay tuned for that. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put the camera and the viewport into one class, and then kind of limit the access we have to it. So you guys will kind of see what that does. So let's just create a class. We'll create in the tools package here. Let's call it game camera. So the camera is also going to be used for the proper input. So like I showed you just before, if we go in full screen like this, the input isn't really proper when we stretch the screen. It's fine like this, but when you stretch it doesn't really work. So the camera is also used to fix that issue. So we're going to create a method to fix that in a second. For now we're just going to actually create the class. So let's just grab pretty much everything here. Alright. Now we're going to need this. Alright, let's create a constructor. So public game camera. And width and height. So it's going to take a width and height. And let's just copy the code into here. I'll change this to width. And this the height. Okay, and let's create a few methods. So we're going to need access to the combined matrix. So in here in the render, when we set the projection matrix, we use cam.combined, but now we don't have access to the camera anymore, so we need to give it access. So we'll just create a simple matrix. A simple method here that returns a matrix. I'll just call it combined, and we'll just return cam.matrix. No, combined. Import that. Okay, and we need an update method. So when the screen resizes, so public void update. Again, we'll take a width and a height. And I'll do viewport.update width and height. Okay, and just one last method for this. It's going to be a method that returns where the person is clicking in the game world. So this might seem a bit weird, but just kind of bear with me, I guess. So get input in game world. So basically when you click on the screen, here actually there's too many errors in the game right now, I can't really run it to show you guys, but when you click on the screen, it gets set into gdx.input.getX and getY, right? So we've used that for the input for either touch or mouse clicks and things like that, or hovering. But that gives you the location on the screen, but it doesn't actually give you the location in the game world, which is what we want. So we want to get the location of the input in the game world, so we can act upon that instead of acting upon where we're touching on the screen, because yeah, this just works out better that way. Okay, so let's just create a vector 3. So cameras, they work with vector 3 because you can actually have a depth. We don't really need to worry about that. Actually, I don't even know too much how the depth works myself. But we're just going to be using X and Y. We won't be using any Z or anything. At Y, and then for the last one, the Z will just put 0. And we'll import everything. Okay, I create a new vector 3. and we'll call it unprojected. Projected equals, okay, and then cam dot unproject, and we'll pass in input. So to convert screen coordinates where we click on the screen into world coordinates, we need to call the unprojected method in the camera. So what it's going to do is it's going to, can think of it as the camera is projecting the game world onto the screen, and when we unproject, it's like taking world screen coordinates and turning it back into the game world coordinates, so we can tell where we're clicking in the actual game world. Okay, that's good. And here we're going to just return a new vector2, because we don't want to have to bother with vector3, so we're just going to create a new vector2 and give it x and y of unprojected.x and unprojected.y. Alright, cool. So we're done in this class. Now here we need to actually create the game camera. So it doesn't really do anything right now until we actually create it. Just call it cam. Do an import. Alright, and then we initialize it here. Cam is equal to new game camera. We're going to pass width and height. Okay, and then here cam.combine. So now it's no longer like a variable, it's like a method call. So just add the brackets. And here we do cam.update because we're updating the camera. And in turn the viewport. Okay, so now we're done that part. But now to actually add compatibility, we're going to have to change a lot of things in how the rest of the game works. So this is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Just telling you guys now. So we're going to have to go through every single class, and instead of using like GDX.graphics.getWidth, we have to replace all of those calls with spacegame.width. And same goes for getHeight, we have to replace it with spacegame.height. And if we use GDX.input.getX, we're going to have to replace that with it would be game.cam. And then like what is it, get input in GameWorld, and then we do .x. So we're gonna have to change that through all the code so that it actually works. So usually when you're developing a game, you do that from the start. I didn't really do that because I just kind of wanted to make it simple. But now we're gonna actually have to change it. So let's just go do that. It's going to take some time, but let's just get it done. So here's spacegame.height. Okay, that's all we have to change in asteroids. We have to remove the import calls for that. Here we don't, oh yeah, here. Height. Nope, we don't even use it at all here. Alright, good. So let's close off those classes that we're done with. Okay, so game over screen. We definitely have some here. Okay, so I think there's going to be quite a bit, see? So what we can actually do, just to be safe, so the graphics get width is fairly easy and the get height is fairly easy. So let's just do this. So we do GDX.graphics.getWidth. By the way, I press Control F. It's going to open up this menu. You can use it to find certain words or letters or stuff throughout your code. It's just like doing Control F in a web browser. And it also lets you replace. So you can say find this this in the code and replace it with spacegame.width. And just click replace all. It's going to go through this whole class and just change all of them. So it's a really nice fast way to do it. And we're going to do the same with getHeight. This is very useful, especially if you're copy pasting code. You can just replace stuff. Okay, and we need to change the touch calls. So here we actually designed it fairly well, where we actually only use GDX.input.getY and getX once, which is perfect for us now. So all we need to really do is replace the .getX with game.cam.getInputGameWorld.x, and pretty much copy that over to here, and then change that to Y. And that's it. It's the only place you use it. Alright, on to the next one. Let's close that. Okay, this is a much bigger class, but it's fine. So do we even use getWidth and getHeight? I'm pretty sure we do, at least it's, yeah, okay, getWidth. So let's just do those real quick. GetHeight, might as well do it while it's already there. Okay. Replace all. Alright, sweet. So now let's actually do the X and Y. So I believe that we don't actually use we don't check anywhere else for X and Y in this menu except for in these things, in these calls. So all we need to change is this, that, and that, which is fairly easy. So let's just do that. So game.cam.getInputGameWorld.x, and it's using X for literally every single one. So let's just copy paste the whole thing. Alright, awesome. I think we're done with this class. Now let's go to main menu screen. Okay. Okay, we use getX and getY. Do we use width and height? Well, we use getX and getY quite a bit. Now, I don't see anywhere where we actually use... Yeah, because when we designed this class, we started out by using spacegame.height. But throughout the tutorials, I started using GDX.graphics.getWidth and getHeight, which really isn't a good practice, especially if you're thinking about using a stretch viewport and not a screen viewport or something else. So when I was designing this class, it was quite a while ago, and it was all fresh in my mind, so yep, we did it properly at first, which is good. But we still have to change the actual input here, so let's just do that. Okay. Now there are, of course, ways of optimizing this. Like for example, instead of calling this method every single time and then having to run the unprojection code every single time, we could just use like a touch X and touch Y or something like that. So it is possible to kind of optimize it, but it really doesn't matter so much in our case because the game is so lightweight anyways, and we're just learning too, so you don't have to worry about optimization. You can worry about that later if you really want to get the game to run faster. But honestly, like, I can't imagine this game running at any less than 5,000 FPS or something. Okay. Okay, make sure we copied it properly. So the Y, the X is good. That's all good. Okay, and then here we use X again. Alright, I think we're almost done with this. Y. And there's X. Yeah, we don't have to modify it now. XX. There you go. Alright, I think we're done in this class. Collision rect, I doubt there's anything here. Nope. Game camera, we just did that. Oh, and scroll background, there might be something here. Yep. GDX.graphics.getHeight, space game dot height. Whoops, it's width. And where do I set image scale? Yeah, where do I set it? Oh, here. Okay. It should just, I think image scale should always use, so let's just remove that. You can completely remove the resize call in here and just set, whoops, how did we do that again? Okay, I see. Alright, and just set image scale here, so space game dot anyways, that's good. We'll just remove the resize call here, refresh, and then we can actually go to main game screen, because the whole idea with image scale is that we can change the width and height of the screen and it's going to adjust itself properly. Before we were doing it as if the screen resizes, but now we don't need to worry if the screen resizes because everything stretches with the screen resize. So that's completely fine. Oh yes, it's in the menus, of course. Main menu. Oh no, I put in space game. There you go. We don't have to call that anymore. And I think that's pretty much done. So let's actually run it and see what happens. Okay. Alright, so this is a fairly common issue. It's very easy to fix. So the reason this happens is because when we actually get the input from the screen, it's calculated like your normal computer would calculate it. So when we draw images, we draw them from the bottom left, right? But actual screen input and actually drawing it on the screen with your graphics card and your monitor and everything, that is always from the top left. So the same goes for input. So right now it's inverting everything. It's a very easy fix. All you need to do is go into the game camera, and then in here we change it to what is it like? We actually need to use GDX.graphics.getHeight here minus getY. And there you go. Pixel perfect collision. Now let's play and it works perfectly. Of course, we're still testing for the mobile version right now. And this should work perfectly on your tablet or phone or anything. So just run it on there and it's going to resize properly. And that's pretty much all. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode. And I told you guys at the beginning I was going to do a little announcement for the series finale. So for the actual series finale, I told you guys it's going to be an episode about polish. And it's going to be a special episode because I'm going to be live streaming it. So I'm not sure when I will live stream it. I'll let you guys know on Twitter and also in the comments of this video. Probably sometime like maybe this weekend or Friday or something. I'll let you guys know the exact time and everything. But yeah, I'm going to be live streaming. And you guys can give suggestions for things to add to the game. So it's going to be fairly long. Probably a couple hours. And also you guys can give suggestions for a new tutorial series. So you guys can suggest any kind of game you guys want. And I guess we can do a vote if there's enough people. And so yeah, if you guys are interested in that, please stay tuned. You can like your Facebook page. I'm going to post on the Facebook when the live stream is going to be. You can follow me on Twitter. All those things are going to be in the description. I'll also do a post on my website, HollowBit.net, and also in the comments of this video. So if that's something that interests you, please stay tuned. for that. And so yep, that pretty much ends off this episode. Please leave a like if you learned something, and if you have some other friends who want to learn about game development, please show them this tutorial series. It helps it grow a lot. And I'll see you guys in the live stream. Goodbye.